Good day, everybody, and welcome to this combined webinar or online session that we're doing today with the sales channel OTA TravelStation. Our topic today is connectivity and trends. For this webinar, we have as a guest, Ioana Nentodi from TravelStation. She's a product development manager. And of course, myself, my name is Fabian Leon. I'm the account manager from the Southern European region of NextPax. Some of the topics we will be covering today would be who's NextPax, who is TravelStation, and how to list your properties with TravelStation. And also, let's not forget some very interesting information about the market, which has been prepared by TravelStation, by Ioana. In case you don't know NextPax, just let me give you a little bit more information about us. We are founded in 2006, a little bit more over 15 years. We are based in the Netherlands, but we also have teams in the US, in APAC, and we continue to expand our portfolio and regions by providing connectivity solutions to many property managers and sales channels. Since the very beginning, we've been focused on vacation rental, but we have been growing also on the hotel segment. So we continue to expand that, let's say, inventory. And so far, we have over 1 million of properties and hotel rooms on our platform. Now, what do we do with these properties? How do we help the property managers and sales channels? Well, right now, we are connected to over 150 sales channels. We all know the major channels like Verbo, Booking.com, Expedia, Airbnb, and many more. And we recently got connected to a very interesting channel, which is TravelStation, that of course we have invited today to give us more details and insights about them. We're also connected with over 25 property management systems. They are of course connected to us via API. And we provide to their property managers extra channels so they increase their exposure and visibility. And at the end, of course, they increase the volume of bookings due to these extra visibility. PMSs will be able to connect to us, by the way, very soon, in case you're a PMS, via our new supply API. And this supply API will allow you as a property management system to connect to us and then provide these extra sales channels to your property managers. And when we talk about the sales channels, we have a distribution API. So if you are a sales channel, an OTA, major or let's say niche sales channel, feel free to reach out to us. We will give you access to our API, and then you will be able to connect to us easily in a couple of weeks. Now, if you have more questions about how to work with us, how to work with even with our guest, feel free to reach out to us via our emails. We have different teams, as I mentioned in the past, and you will be able to reach out to them via support.us, support.apac, or support for the EMEA region at nextpax.com. I'm gonna stop sharing right now, and I'm going to invite our guest today, which is Ioana. You can see her now. Hello, Ioana. How are you today?
Everyone. Hello, I'm good. Thank you very much, Fabian. How are you?
Okay, great. I'm doing great. Where are you based right now?
We're based in London, which is sunny today.
Actually. Oh, that's interesting. Well, I'm based in Spain usually, but today I'm in the Netherlands, and it's very sunny, by the way. It was very rainy a couple of days, but very happy to see the sun also here. So we're going to jump directly into what you have gathered for us, the information. So please tell us a little bit more about TravelStation. What else can you tell us?
Well, hello from me as well. My name is Ioana Nentodi, and I'm working as a product development manager at TravelStation. TravelStation is one of the fastest growing vacation and rental platforms for professionally managed properties, founded in 2012 with devotion to the true meaning of hospitality. Our mission is to simply offer properties in perfect conditions and in beautiful destinations with the local support of highly professional and reliable hosts who ensure the same standards with us. As mentioned, TravelStation is based in London, as and we now have offices in Athens in Greece. Up to today, TravelStation has a portfolio of more than 80,000 properties in more than 700 destinations globally. As mentioned, TravelStation is made by professionals, so we collaborate only with professionally hosts and property management companies where quality and service is a standard. We also showcase through the host reception feature a range of extra hospitality services, from emergency assistance to concierge and special arrangements that our host can offer to the guest, maximize the satisfaction level of the guest, and also to make an extra profit from themselves. We believe that our hosts offering more than a property, making us more than a platform. We pride ourselves also for the quality clientele. People that choose TravelStation are travelers that look for quality and value-added experience. They choose us because we can offer personalized services throughout the entire process. And property managers connecting with TravelStation, they can have a global audience reach through established partnerships and secure payments through standard cancellation policies that keeps them less exposed compared to other platforms. As mentioned, we collaborate with professionals and we invite all of our hosts and partners to meet our standards. And some of the main standards at TravelStation is that we provide only entire properties with the must-have amenities like free Wi-Fi, fresh sheets and towels. And our hosts are able to offer local support and emergency assistance, and at least 4 of the host reception services through a selection of 25 options. Additionally, we expect from our hosts to be responsible to accept the bookings and update the availability and the prices constantly, to be the authorized person to advertise and manage every property listed, and also to have an immaculate record of reliability, safety, and customer satisfaction. Recently, we launched our collaboration with our partner NextPax. NextPax is a fully integrated channel manager with TravelStation, where the static and dynamic content is fully synchronized through the API connection using LOS pricing system and being able to push updates at any time for any change from the property manager. We ask from our property managers to set the gross pricing on their NextPax dashboard, and we charge our commission, which is 15%. Continuing to the clientele of TravelStation, we have identified 3 main categories based on the type of destinations they choose. So we have the city destinations, where we can find the business travelers that they usually travel to top destinations like London, Paris, Barcelona, and Rome, and they usually select to book business-ready properties with safe and fast Wi-Fi, good locations, and very good access to their point of interest. In this category, we find also the last-minute city breakers, which is usually in younger ages, domestic travelers that they want to escape from the daily routine, and they choose city destinations for shopping, hospitality, and entertainment. On the second category, we have the countryside domestic destinations, where it's being selected from young families that they want to escape from cities, actually, and they choose countryside locations, more spacious places, so they can be able to have activities in the nature. They book properties with outside spaces, with gardens, barbecues, and they either book at the very last minute or they book far ahead by using flexible cancellation policies. And their average stay is approximately a week, 5 to 7 days. In this category, we find also a small group of friends that they also try to escape from cities, and they choose countryside properties for also to do activities and outside outdoor spaces. But these people, they book mainly at the very last minute, and their average stay is 3 to 4 days. They usually select it for long weekends. And on the third category, we have the work from home, which is a new trend considering the period of pandemic. So we find young professionals that are being relocated to mainly sunnier destinations to spend 3 to 4 months, depending on the restrictions, lockdowns, and flexibility of the employer, of course. They choose small size properties, fully equipped, and with a significantly decreased price. And on this category, we find finally the jet setters. Jet setters are people traveling to destinations in VIP standards, that are open to ultra luxury properties, staying at least 10 days and spending more than 1,500 euros per night. Analyzing in more detail the locations of these bookings, which are the top booked destinations, we can see that more than the 50% is booked in the US and the UK, where all the other main destinations are in Central Europe, like Greece, Italy, France, Spain, Croatia, whereas the rest of the world has a 12% of the bookings. In more detail, we can find that in the US specifically, we can see that the main destinations that are being booked are in sunnier locations like California, Palm Springs, and Florida, like Miami, Kissimmee. But also we have some winter destinations, let's say, that is the Gothenburg and Deming. In the UK, London still remains the top booked destination, but considering the increase of the domestic traveling, we can see an increase of bookings in other locations in the countryside in UK, such as Whitby, Bristol, Southampton, and to the north, Dundee. And globally, as mentioned before, we can see that the top book destinations are targeted in Central Europe, like Paris, Naples, Venice, Lisbon in Portugal, but also we can see an increase in bookings in Brazil, in Gramado, and Cabo San Lucas in Mexico, Bali in Thailand, and Queensland's Melbourne and Sydney in Australia. Having a booking analysis for the past year, we can see that mainly people book an average length of stay from 4 to 6 days, so approximately a week. Having a booking window from 40 to 50 days, so it's something more than a month before the check-in, and having an average booking value from 1,500 to $2,000, having a price per night approximately $350. It's worth mentioning on that point that recently we have seen a significant increase for the bookings in next year, for summer actually next year. So it's worth mentioning that we can see that people trust again and they believe that they will travel in the next year, so they organize and they plan their vacationals even far ahead. Lastly, analyzing the characteristics of the travelers and the booking trends, we have summarized some current trends. We can see the travel industry that we believe have been mainly affected from everything related to this challenging period of the pandemic. Because as you can see, we can find a 30% increase in bookings of the domestic traveling, considering the travel restrictions to flying abroad, and 60% increase in bookings for rural or outdoor destinations. And I think the most popular one is the high demand on more flexible cancellation terms that makes the guest feel safer in case of something changes in the current restrictions. And also people believe that maybe they will not travel anytime soon, so they choose to book an accommodation for a longer period of stay, so they can enjoy more the selected destination. And for that reason, we have seen an increase of 20% of the length of stay from 2019. And additionally, a 40% increase of the last minute reservations, considering that there is the uncertainty again with the travel restrictions. And a special trend that we have identified is the 30% increase of the shoulder season bookings. So we can see people that they choose lately to book accommodations and to plan their vacations, avoiding in a way the high season periods like Christmas, Easter, and summer periods. So they choose to book and travel from September to November, and late January, February to March and May. And finally, besides of analyzing the booking trends and all the analysis, we have identified some key requirements that many of our guests that were demanding a lot for the past year. And we believe that for the hosts, for the property managers, applying these features can make their properties more attractive. For example, as mentioned again, implement the flexible cancellation policy, having instant bookable properties that can provide the security to the guests that they have a confirmation of their booking, present properties with the key amenities like the free and high-speed Wi-Fi, the air conditioning, an outdoor space, and having kids and pet-friendly properties. And also a high demand, there was a high demand in the application of healthy and safety measures of COVID-19, especially during this period that people that were requiring to have these measures applied. And of course, to have a local support and emergency contact so they can feel also the safety that someone will be there for them in case of emergency. And lastly, making promotions. I think any product, not only a property, is being more attractive to the buyer. So in this case, to the traveler, when you present a discounted price, either for weekly or monthly or last minute and early bird. So for a property manager applying promotions for specific periods, they can definitely make their properties more attractive. So I'm here and happy to listen to your questions now.
Yes, thanks, Joanna. If you want, you can stop sharing. Well, I'm very happy to see a lot of those trends that you mentioned are also discussed in the industry. And I think, you know, it's been almost 2 years of crazy things happening, right? And a lot of property managers have been adapting in order to continue, let's say, giving the opportunity to travelers to book their properties. And you mentioned two things that are very interesting, and it's about flexible cancellation. We've seen that, as I mentioned in the past months, how this was so important. How does TravelStation see that for the coming months or even years? Would that be a trend that will continue, flexible cancellation?
Well, actually, I believe that it is a trend that's here to stay, because the guests have seen that they can have these more flexible terms in cancellation. So there is a requirement that they demand more and more at the moment. And on TravelStation, we consider like a flexible cancellation policy, anything that can offer a refund to the guest if they cancel 1 to 2 weeks before the check-in, actually. And for that reason, the flexible cancellation policy that we offer is that the guests can cancel up to 14 days and get a full refund, or they can cancel up to 7 days and have a 50% refund. But actually, recently we have been a high demand for an even more flexible cancellation policy, and not only from the guests, and this is the interesting part, that also the hosts, they are asking for an even more flexible cancellation policy, because I can see that they can realize how important this is for the guests and for the travel industry in general. So we're developing an even more flexible cancellation policy at the moment that can allow the guests to cancel and get a full refund in up to 7 days before the check-in.
That's really nice to hear that you are also adapting to that trend, because yes, as you mentioned, when we hear from the industry, yeah, this is something that is here to stay, right? And sorry, and the traveler is looking for that because it makes them feel more secure or safe when they travel, right? So very happy to hear that. Now, I was writing down also other questions here that I wanted to ask was, now, when you talk about instant booking, are you also working with on request? Because this is something we have seen also in the past years, how more and more property managers are moving from on request into instant booking. I see you highlight the instant booking part. How does TravelStation see this as a trend? Do we continue going that way, or how do you see that in the coming months and years?
Well, I agree with you that in the past there were more properties on request, but now having the innovation and the technology to have always price and availability updated using channel managers like NextPax, for example, I think that the property managers can offer more and more instant bookable properties that I believe the guests prefer the most, because on the booking moment, they have also the confirmation of their booking, so they can avoid waiting or wasting time in terms for looking for alternative solutions and properties while waiting for the confirmation of the initial booked property. And also answering to your question, if we work on TravelStation or request, actually, we have both options. We have the instant bookable that the guest can complete the whole booking process and receive the confirmation on the booking moment. But also we have the option of book now that the host can select for the properties. And in this case, the guest again completes the booking process and the booking comes as pending, that allows to the host 24 hours to accept or decline the reservation.
Oh, that's very interesting as well. Quite nice. Now let's jump into my last question that I've seen is, I mean, you have a lot of great markets covering and also a lot of good demand that could be very helpful to a lot of property managers when we talk about the vacation rental segment. Now, in order to, let's say, have a perfect combination between TravelStation and the property manager, what are you actually looking for in terms of property types and also in terms of locations at this moment, so that there's this perfect match between the channel and the property manager? Can you expand a little bit more about this?
Well, at TravelStation, we're looking from the NextPax property managers to increase our portfolio in all directions for houses and apartments that are the most bookable property type on our platform, but also in every region and destination. For example, like the most booked destinations, like we mentioned, UK, US, and Spain and France, for example. But also, we invite the NextPax property managers to connect with us, because we can offer them like a global audience reach to enlarge their region capacity, and through the host reception service feature to make an extra profit and present and unlock their full potential. And basically at TravelStation, we invest in people that they honor the true meaning of hospitality. And we believe that with the extraordinary services of the NextPax property managers, they can help us save this feel like home experience and our vision and our brand together.
That's nice. So now on how can we contact, or how can a property manager contact you in case they are interested in pushing properties to you?
They can reach us through our phone numbers and to our email address, which is partners@travelstation.com. And of course, they can follow us on our social media, on Instagram, LinkedIn, and Facebook.
Oh, that's nice. So you have all these ways of contacting you. That's great. So, well, thank you very much, Joanna, I'm sorry, for this great presentation. I hope this is not the last time. I hope we can invite you a little bit more in the near future for more sessions like this, so we can continue sharing these trends on the industry, because I'm very sure with this constant change in the world, we will need to have data to help our property managers increase the volume of bookings via OTAs like TravelStation. So if you're watching this session, thanks for joining, and thanks for watching up to here. Again, feel free to reach out to us if you're interested in working with NextPax and of course with TravelStation. We will be happy to attend to receive your calls or emails. So thanks, Joanna. Enjoy the rest of the day and week in London. And well, I'll see you in another day, another time.